You're listening to Ireland's Aviation Podcast.
Welcome to the news episode of Squawk 7000. On this week's podcast, the AAIU released the Rescue 116 final report, Cork Airport celebrates another route announcement, and the October bank holiday marks the busiest weekend of the year so far at Dublin Airport.
On Friday, the Air Accident Investigation Unit released the final report into the Rescue 116 accident off the coast of Mayo on the 14th of March 2017 that claimed the lives of the 4 crew on board. The comprehensive 350-page report made 71 findings, identified 12 contributory causes and made 42 safety recommendations. The Sikorsky S-92, based at Dublin, was tasked to provide top cover to the Sligo-based rescue helicopter that was tasked to airlift an injured fisherman from a trawler approximately 140 nautical miles off the west coast. While positioning for an approach to Black Sod Lighthouse to refuel, the helicopter collided with terrain to the west end of Black Rock, departed from control flight and impacted with the sea. The full report, along with the 21-page executive summary and the 114 pages of appendices, is available to read on the AAIU website.
AerCap has announced that following its acquisition of the GCAS business, it has signed a 20-year joint venture agreement with Safran Aircraft Engines regarding Shannon engine support. SES, a provider of spare engines for CFM International, is now a 50-50 joint company between AerCap and Safran. The company will continue to provide lease engine support to CFM and CFM operators. Shannon Engine Support is the world's largest leaser of the CFM 56 and LEAP engines, with the largest portfolio strategically located worldwide. Based in Shannon, with marketing offices in Beijing, China, and Budapest, SES has a portfolio of more than 350 CFM 56 and LEAP spare engines fitted to the A320 and Boeing 737 family of aircraft.
This week, Spanish airline Vueling has started 2 new Irish routes with new services from Paris Orly to Dublin and Belfast International. The new Paris to Dublin route will be operated daily and complement the airline's service between Barcelona and Dublin. Both of these routes will operate through to the end of March 2022. The new service to Belfast is the first time that the international airport will have a direct service to both Paris airports. Vueling has also announced a new service to Cork, which will begin later in November when the airport reopens to commercial traffic following runway works.
And the Airline Pilot Club announced a range of free airline pilot training services available to trainee and qualified pilots this week. Dubbed as the LinkedIn for pilots, the latest APC offering underpins their commitment to breaking down barriers to entry and making the airline pilot career more accessible. APC's services are based on Andy O'Shea's experience in the airline pilot training system, arising from his 18-year appointment as the head of pilot training in Ryanair. The services include access to partner flying schools, airline pilot standard e-learning, technical webinars, and access to the APC pilot training funding system when it's activated in 2022.
Dublin Airspace has announced that William Flaherty has been appointed to the position of CEO of the group with immediate effect. Since its inception, William has been with the company and will succeed Conor McCarthy, who resumes his position as executive chairman. He joined Dublin Airspace in 2009 as an aircraft mechanic and has progressed through every level since, from check manager, quality assurance manager, head of base maintenance to general manager.
Swiss International Airlines has announced it will commence a new weekly service to Geneva from Cork Airport on the 19th of December until the 6th of March 2022. The route will be served with the 145-seat Airbus A220-300. The flight will depart Geneva Airport at 12:10, arrive at Cork Airport at 13:25, depart from Cork Airport again at 14:10 and arrive in Geneva at 17:20. Following completion of the runway reconstruction project on the 22nd of November, Cork Airport will resume connectivity to 34 destinations with 7 scheduled airlines, flying to destinations across the United Kingdom, continental Europe and the Canary Islands.
And finally this week, the October bank holiday was the busiest weekend of the year for passengers at Dublin Airport. 241,000 passengers used the airport throughout the weekend, bringing the total at Dublin to 5.9 million passengers so far this year. Although this is still a 79% decrease compared to pre-pandemic figures, the recent rise in passenger numbers is encouraging. Continental Europe has been the fastest segment to rebound, now down just 35% on pre-pandemic levels. This is followed by UK traffic, which is down 51%. Passenger numbers to North America are still relatively low, but should recover this week as the US reopens to non-essential travel.
Something to look forward to there. Thanks, Mark. You can find these stories and more on flyinginireland.com. And a reminder that you can listen to our long final editions. We're lining up a few over the next couple of weeks. And you'll find them wherever you get your podcasts and on our site, squawk7000.ie. Thanks for listening.
To get the news first, subscribe now to Squawk 7000 on your favourite podcast platform.